Lip Service.
Hey, what's up? It's Lip Service, and the ladies are here. I'm Angela Yee. I don't like how we run down our names.
You do?
It just sounds weird.
Yeah, we could. Maybe we should.
Let's
do
it
different.
like, okay, I'm Angela Yee. I don't know how to do it differently, though.
Yeah, me either.
Spice it up, Ange.
Yeah, spice it up. Say something about yourself. Give your sign also.
And I'm a Capricorn.
I'm a Capricorn. My birthday's January 3rd, so it's right around the corner.
I got you a present.
That's Janeé, but we didn't introduce
we
you
didn't
yet.
introduce you, so you're not here yet.
It's like somebody else say something.
Well, you know, this your girl L'Oreal. I'm also a Capricorn. I like long walks on the beach.
I like
ain't
long
no
what?
beaches over here. I like long bitches. No,
Wait,
I'm
did you say ain't no bleaching?
like long
I
dicks on the
I like long dicks on the beach.
I thought
Don't
you
we
said
all?
ain't no bleaching over here.
January 13th, you know, if y'all want to send some presents, y'all could do that.
Our presence is your present.
Yeah,
Aww.
I like that.
Okay, I'm Stephanie Santiago. I'm Puerto Rican. That's what I say.
That's her sign.
That's it.
Her son.
And she's
That's it.
50%.
No, I'm
Yeah,
just
I don't know
Puerto
if you can say
Rican.
Puerto Rican anymore now.
Oh, come on. It's a Puerto Rican, man.
And I'm white.
And-
McGuire.
And I'm
I'm a
black.
Gemini.
And she has
I'm waiting
Gemini
on my
traits.
ancestry DNA. It's
She's not sure.
I'm not sure yet. We're going to get back to that one.
I can't wait to see
And
how
I
that
like
come back,
long-
Gigi.
Walks to the bank.
Boom.
And I'm Janeé.
Janae's
Bae.
our guest. We call her Bae.
That's Bae.
Baby.
Janae is, are we allowed to say you work at Bossip?
Yeah, you're allowed.
It's too late now because you done said it.
Janae is like the editor at Bossip. So if
Managing
she
editor.
said, managing editor. So if she said something rude, that's Janae.
Head honcho.
No, I'm kidding.
Up with the captions for the
Some of them.
Girl, that's
Some of
the-
them.
that's-
But
yeah,
I'm really proud of my team. They really step it up.
that they be hilarious. Like
You know how many people be so mad at me, like, Janae's your friend? Well, she said da-da-da-da-da about me on Gossip, so I don't fuck with her. I'm like, well, we don't fuck with you.
Thank you. Well, typically people might not like me before they meet me, but most of the time if you meet me, you have to like me because I'm a nice person.
Right.
I'm not. I have
I
good
will
energy.
say, I've been in situations with Janae where I've introduced her, and as soon as people find out she works for Bossip, they have a problem. That's happened in several
yeah, and then
instances.
5 minutes later they want to give me a lap dance.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Twerk that thing, ho.
And then 5 minutes after
I don't
that,
think
she's
it was
throwing
her.
money.
I'm gonna throw money if it's work.
I don't know, Janae. Bae.
You don't know about that?
We've been having a lot of issues, but they do end up fixing up. Especially when I lived in Atlanta, it was awful. I'm like, it's me, Janae. They're like, hold on, Janae from Bossip. Especially my friends that was on the Housewives, they was not fucking with Bae.
Oh, yeah, that did happen.
I don't even watch The Housewife. Oh, you're talking about girl.
Housewife.
That's funny. She came up in an interview I did recently.
Who, Claudia Jordan?
Yes,
Okay.
Claudia Jordan.
Might as well just say it. I mean,
Yeah,
it
now
wasn't a big
Claudia
deal.
definitely. What happened was a case of another blogger saying that I felt some way about her and I didn't even know her. So it was like typical shit where I would say girl shit, but the other blogger is a guy.
Guys do girl shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it was.
Guys like doing girl shit.
It was
with
like
their friends.
basically
Pussy
she
niggas,
thought
yeah.
I said something or I felt some type of way, but I didn't even know her. But I will say we had people who were mutual friends who they have issues now and stuff. So
Right. And it was her and Mimi because they're really good friends. Mimi
loves me.
Hip-Hop Atlanta. Well, you know, at a point in time.
Oh, let me find
might
out,
not have.
Janae.
But no, everything's cool now. Like, you know,
Right.
I haven't heard. And anyway, like, I'm friends with all three of y'all, but you've been my friend for longer. And, you know, nobody ever went too crazy. But they used to be like, I don't know why she doesn't like me. That was what people used to always say to me.
Okay, so I think the thing about me, I'm kind of quiet. I'm laid back. I keep my circle small. Like Angela and I have been best friends for a long time. I have a best friend. I have two best friends, actually, Angela and Rashana. I don't have a need to be best friends with people because they're celebrities. Mm-hmm. I'm not that kind of person. Like, entertainment is all good and well. That's how I make my money. However, I like to go home and hang out with my friends and be a normal person and not like care about stuff like that. Right. I don't care about taking pictures with people or popping bottles or how much money people have.
But occasionally she'll punk a rapper.
Yeah, so I just want to bring this up because Janeé has been on Lip Service before. It was a long time ago when we were at Sirius, and she got into it, and it almost turned into a fight.
It was hilarious.
And I got in trouble for that because it was an artist. Saigon was up there.
It was Saigon.
He was drunk.
He was drunk. He just came from the studio, and Janeé told him, "So you like?" He said, "I punch rappers all the time in the face," and she said, "And then you run."
She said,
This is
and
when-
then you run.
Rest
And I'm
in
thinking
peace
that
to
was funny.
Prodigy, because Prodigy is the one that chased him out of, I believe it was SOBs.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we're gonna insert that audio right here.
Please, 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 please.
So after that incident, you guys had the fight. It wasn't that bad of a scuffle. It was a
I punched him in his face. That's it. Like, I do that a lot. Like, I punch a lot of rappers in the face.
And then you
It's
run.
Who
else have you ever punched in the face?
And then I run.
I'm asking.
Hold on. You said then I run? Did you watch the tape?
Yes, while I was on the phone with you.
So, who did I run from?
The mob of 30 entourage members. You said you got your shots in and you was out.
No. You can pull it up right now. It's on YouTube. I went home.
I went home.
If you want to call it running or jogging or whatever.
You hit
What the
people
fuck was I supposed to stay for?
No, I agree with you.
Was I supposed to stay?
I agree with
Hold
you.
on,
I would do the same thing.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Was I supposed to stay?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Was I supposed to stay?
No, I agree
All
with
right
you.
then. Shut the fuck up then.
I quote it every day.
Oh my God.
It's my favorite quote.
Not my proudest moment, for sure. But I've definitely gotten in trouble from my smart mouth before.
Right. Certain people, if you don't know people and you have a smart mouth, there's certain things like some people don't take well to that. I'm sure we all can think of times when we said something smart to somebody that didn't know us like that. And it didn't go over too well. Certain guys don't like when you make gay jokes about them.
Oh, yeah. I had that happen before, too.
That's true. That's one thing. Guys get very sensitive. Like,
They do.
if you like joke around and make a gay joke, they get so mad.
And you got me in trouble like that before, though.
How?
You remember when I was talking to the guy, you had introduced me to him. And he lived all the way across the country, and we met up in Detroit, and nothing went down, and you were like, he's gay. And he was like mad at me for a while.
Wait,
Why was
heard?
Why was he?
Because I said it. She was like, she said it. And then I was like, yeah, Ann said you're.
Why would you tell him
Why would, now see, that doesn't make sense. Why would you tell him that?
Because I was trying to get some.
She was gossiping.
This is pre-gossip.
Oh, so you wasn't gossiping.
Have any of you ever had sex with somebody you thought was gay?
I did.
I've had sex with someone I think is gay or bisexual, but I didn't know until after having sex with him.
Did he do anything differently? Like,
He likes fingers in his ass. So he likes more than one finger in his ass.
Wow.
He likes 2 fingers in
and
his
Stephanie uses her fingers a lot when she talks anyway.
Right. So it wasn't hard for me to figure out that he liked fingers in his ass.
How do you figure that out? Does he ask you?
He was definitely the first guy I ever did it to, and he did the scoot. You know what I mean? The
scooted
nudge.
down on your
He did a quick
sat on
little.
your hand.
How it was. I think I've told this story before on the show, but we'll say it again. I was like sucking his dick, and he's like on his knees on the bed, and I'm like on my knees on 4s, right? Like, can you guys imagine?
Wait, so hold on. You're like kind of more doggy style.
Exactly. I'm more
he's on his knees.
right.
Okay.
You guys, you got it?
He's in the prayer position.
Yeah, exactly. He's up on his knees like that, right? And I have the dick in the left hand, and I put my right hand like around his thigh, and he like kind of like nudged back, like nudged towards the hand, like he kind of nudged towards it. Yeah, he was like, you know, like
He was throwing it back.
so I was like, oh,
he was throwing
and
it
that
back.
wasn't
Throwing it back.
yes, and that was the first time. That was the first time, and I didn't go for it. I didn't go for it at that
didn't?
time. No.
Not the first time.
No,
but the second time.
but I noticed it. Like I took, add that to the list of things.
So you added that after that.
No, and then that same night we got drunk. That same night because it was in the morning. That was the, exactly. That was the morning joint. And then we went about our day, and then we went out to dinner and we got drunk, and that's it. It went down from there.
Was his butthole tight?
Ooh, that's a good question.
He could have been doing
It was all right.
Was he doing Kegels?
It was easy for me to put 2 fingers in there.
Okay,
That
so it
doesn't
wasn't too
sound tight.
Yeah, it wasn't the tightest I've ever felt.
Was it wet?
I think so.
Turning you on, Angela. Isn't it?
Was it?
No,
what?
but what's funny is that this guy, it came out in like on like it came out. It came out like in the blogs and things like that he was actually with boys.
Oh wow.
Okay, so that
Wasn't
confirms
probably
that-
gay.
Yeah, probably.
He denies it, but that's how it came out.
Would you have had sex with him again? Even if, like, what if he would have told you, I sometimes.
The sex was fire. If I was single, I would still have sex with him to this day.
Okay, so you don't mind a guy that's bisexual.
I mean, he says that he's straight. You know what I mean? But the sex was fire. I'm really attracted to him. He had a good personality. I would probably, if I wasn't with the guy that I'm with now, I probably wouldn't mind having sex with him.
All right. What about you, Gigi? You ever had sex with a guy you thought was gay?
No, but I have a friend that y'all know that had sex with this guy, and she said that his booty hole was the widest booty hole she's ever seen in her life.
Fisting.
Like
There
she
was
said
a
it was
family
open.
living in there.
And she
I wanna
said she
fist
saw,
somebody
not
one
that she
day.
touched, that she saw. Because they was having the threesome, and he was eating the other girl, and he was like
Bent
in prayer
over.
position. And she said his booty hole was just open.
So
Waiting.
Oh
just
my
like
God.
It was open.
Waiting for a fist.
It was open.
Damn.
Waiting for
She said
I want to fist somebody one day.
You do?
Yeah.
So, Janeé, you
What's
obviously had, you didn't have sex with the guy.
no,
that you
I
thought was
didn't
gay.
have sex with. I still haven't had sex with them.
Would you?
Wait.
We might have sex in the future. I don't know. I wouldn't rule it out. Maybe.
I can't believe that. I'm not sure who this is now because I don't remember saying I thought somebody
Text
was gay.
me.
Okay.
Now the guy that I dated or dealt with, it was all right. I'm gonna tell y'all what it was. I didn't think he was gay until Christmas time came up, right? And he had a watch on. He like, you like my watch? He probably listening. This shit gonna be awful. But he was like, you like my watch? So I was like, no. Y'all know how I am.
I
So
think
I'm
I
like,
know
no.
who this is.
So then he's like, well, my homeboy bought it for me for Christmas.
Oh.
Why the fuck is your homeboy buying you a whole watch? Period. Fuck Christmas, but like, period. To me, that's weird. Like,
it was a rollie?
it was a stoley. Like, that shit just looked mad trash.
Like the back.
Okay,
I ain't
but
gonna lie,
still,
it just
but
looked-
still,
it
but
looked hella
still.
trash to me. That's
But
why I said
like-
no.
Recently,
Was that okay?
Pierre bought Gucci Mane some jewelry for his wedding, and then he just turned around and bought Offset. Beyonce.
He bought that Ric Flair.
A Ric Flair chain.
I feel like those is his artists though. Like they
So that don't
worked
count?
with like that.
But I think it also ventures into like, remember when Baby and Wayne, it was like daddy stuff, and that was like,
no, that was
real-
weird. They kissed.
Yeah.
Awkward moment.
That's what I'm
Awkward
saying. Like,
moment of
that's
history
weird.
in hip hop.
I'm sorry.
Is that weird to y'all that they kiss on the mouth?
Yes, awkward moment. It's not weird because I watched a lot of mafia movies and they kiss on the
But are
cheek
you-
twice.
But
right?
you
Like,
not okay. No,
hey.
that wasn't on the cheek.
Hey.
They kissed on the lip.
mouth.
And I think it's different if you see the dude that you fucking see his homeboy and they go
No, on
and
the
kiss
mouth,
each other.
that's too much.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
But like the mafia movies, they be like, "Hey, God bless you. It was nice to see you."
That's
And kiss
different.
each other. Yeah.
Italian.
It's okay.
That's different.
That
A cheek.
Italian ass accent. How you feel
Dan,
about
do you
that,
do
Dan?
the double kiss, Dan?
No, but you know what I'm talking about.
that
You
shit.
know what I mean? That's some Italian mafia stuff, but not on the mouth.
Mouth
Still,
is
no.
different.
I never seen an Italian mafia movie, and they like, "Hey,
Okay, so
paisano,
listen.
mwah, kiss
The
on
reason
mouth."
why they claim to kiss on the mouth was because they were quote unquote father and son.
Mm-hmm.
So is it appropriate for a real father and son?
My dad ain't never kissed
When
my
they're
dad.
little babies.
I never
Kiss
kissed
on
my
the
dad
mouth.
on the
Okay,
lips
now
either.
what age does it become inappropriate for the father to kiss the son on the lips?
9.
I don't think you
Yeah,
should.
I think 9-ish.
I don't even think as a baby my dad kissed my brother on the lips.
I don't think men should be kissing.
I think it
babies on
just
the lips.
depends on the culture
sorry.
too. Like I think some cultures are more like kissy and others
I mean,
are.
I kissed my mother on her lips until the day she died.
I still
I
kiss
didn't
my
kiss
mom
my mom
on the
either.
mouth.
I kissed my mom
I
on the
don't do
lips.
I
that.
think
I
my
kiss my mom
family
on the
is.
mouth.
Yeah, my family
That
might be
awkward moment.
different. I ain't
No, I
kissed
kiss my mom on
nobody.
the
on
mouth.
the mouth.
I didn't do that.
Nah, and I kiss my son
I
on
also
the
never
mouth
went to
too.
Disney World.
But I
I
stopped
did.
kissing
I
my
kissed my
son on the
grandma.
mouth.
My uncle used to kiss me in his mouth. It used to be.
See, that's what I'm
see,
saying.
no.
This is where it gets funny.
The look on your face
Wait a
is like,
minute.
It just used to be really
Wait,
no.
Janeé was molested.
No, don't even say that. But it used to be really
not another
okay? Wait, it used to be really sloppy. Like it was always wet.
I'm about to vomit.
It got worse. I thought it was gonna get better.
I had an uncle. They used to give wet sloppy kisses, but they would be on the cheek.
Okay.
It would be a wet sloppy kiss.
Yes.
Okay, but a wet sloppy kiss on the mouth.
Wet mouths, like they always.
Baby, I'm so sorry.
Janae, that's weird, Janae.
She liked it. That's why she's smiling.
It's so uncomfortable.
Janae, tell your uncle don't do that.
Yes.
Tell not to do that to your kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck your uncle up, yo.
Yeah, I had an ex-boyfriend.
He cool
who's,
now. We smoke weed
His
together.
dad kissed me on the mouth. I thought that was weird.
The awkward.
My ex-boyfriend, his dad kissed me on the
No,
mouth.
I would have been like,
And I
what's up
thought it
with
was so
Pop?
crazy.
He was
and
trying
I
to get
never
it.
wanted to be around him again.
He probably
was
fucked
trying
like
to get
5 of
it.
his
Girlfriends.
Like, what the fuck is going on here? Why did he just kiss me
People
on the
so
mouth?
damn
My
comfortable.
son is 11. I just stopped kissing him in the mouth.
Aw.
Yeah, this year.
I don't know why I don't see a problem with the mother
Because he's
kissing
so
the child.
big. Yeah,
Like,
but I
for
feel like
some
he's a
reason,
boy, though.
I have no
Like,
problem with
I
that.
still kiss my mom, but I kiss my mom and my grandmother in the mouth.
I never kissed
It's
my
definitely
mom.
controversial because I know for Bassa we've done like that as a for discussion question because I know Kim Porter kissed I want to say Quincy in the mouth at some, like it was some event and everyone made like a big deal out of it. And I remember Lisa Ray, same thing. She kissed her daughter Kai, and I think it's just especially when the children are a little bit older,
Right.
Yeah,
it makes people.
exactly.
I think sometimes it can be awkward seeing anybody kiss, but that's why sometimes it's like everybody is loving these pictures of Prince Harry with Meghan Markle, and they're like so mushy PDA type pictures. And I think generally it's strange to me because typically like culture frowns upon like PDAs and people looking affectionate.
Well, I love to see Jay-Z and Beyonce kissing. It make me feel like,
I've only seen them kiss like once.
show.
I feel
Yeah, I don't
like
see that often.
It was something.
It was
they
a
did
vacation.
recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like not too long
No,
ago.
I like the pictures where, like, when she was on the couch, they was on the couch together at Barclays. They were like looking real lovey-dovey in those.
Whatever. I love when they put out lovey-dovey pictures. It makes my soul warm. Like, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but just
love.
but it's like
Goals.
only a few people. It's like them, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle. Like everybody else, I'd be like
Obama and Michelle. They be pretty affectionate.
Yeah, like I like the meme that's like when Bae whispers the savage shit they gonna do later, and it's Obama and Michelle.
I love
Yeah,
I love
yeah, I
it.
like that one.
Yeah.
I don't do it personally. Like I don't like to be.
Oh,
out
I
in
like
public.
PDA, but I don't like to go
PDA too.
overboard with it. I like a
it's
little
whack.
kissing
Yeah.
and hugging.
I'm like the girl that's like rubbing my man's thigh at dinner.
No,
I'm the girl that's trying to grab his dick under the table.
Come on, G. I meant that too, but I didn't want to say
Same thing as rubbing the thigh. That's where
I
that
think
goes.
My mind was
sometimes.
something totally different.
I think
I'm
sometimes
trying to
I
get him in
ruin
the
my
bathroom.
relationships by not being affectionate like
In
that.
between
Like I'd be
dessert
like trying to
and
be a
coffee.
G. Like that's my homie, but like
Now, see, I do the under the table thing, but like holding hands, walking around.
Oh, I love that.
my hands are really soft,
And
so
clammy. You like clammy hands?
they get sweaty. I don't want nobody holding my hand.
I think it's so sweet when my boyfriend holds my hand.
Yeah, I
and
feel
we
like
walk
I'm
around.
6 walking across
I
the
think
street.
it's sweet too, and
aw.
If we get married and we
All right,
hold
I'm gonna
hands
throw
like
up.
this,
I know.
that's okay.
Or I like when he kisses me on the cheek and we're sitting down, he puts his arm around me. And
Oh,
we're
I
eating.
love that.
And I like when
I'm a kisser.
I like when
I
he
like
likes
that.
to sit next to me when we eat instead of across from me.
Yeah, I like that too.
I like that
It
too.
depends.
But I like all that stuff privately. Like not. I mean, obviously you could sit in public next to each other, but like the other stuff
I
private.
kind of rather look at you. Like, I don't know, like I could be next to
Nah.
you. We live together, especially at something like that. Like, I'm always next to you. But I like to look at somebody like, I don't know, I'm just different.
At dinner, I'd rather sit close
I like
to
to
each
sit
other.
side by
Yeah,
side.
side by
Yeah, it
side.
depends.
But I'm like a cornball. If
Cuddle
I
in the
could
booth.
hold my boyfriend's hand while I eat, I would do that. Like I would do
I
that.
feed him and I sometimes chew up the food.
I don't know. I'm like,
I'm like while we staring at each other's eyes.
She's cutting the steak. Yeah, she's cutting the steak with one hand.
Like a bird.
She like, hold your
spit
steak.
it in his mouth like a bird.
That's how birds feed.
That's
what I
You
want
gotta regurgitate your food.
I want to do that for
I would
my
throw
baby.
up if I seen
love
somebody
him
do that.
so much.
The mouth of another person after they chew it.
Like
Ugh. Even a dog, I would
I've
think
done
that
that
was
before.
nasty.
You have? Wow.
Yeah.
Gigi.
Because he was like, I can't eat my lobster unless you chew it up first.
Oh
and
my
then give it to
God.
me. So I chewed the lobster and I took it out my mouth and put it in his mouth, and that's how he ate his lobster.
For the rest of the night, or it was one
The whole
piece?
lobster.
Did you breastfeed him later?
Yeah, right.
He said it tastes better when it came out my mouth.
Did you burp him?
Shit.
That's a little gross,
You know
but
who
it's
I'm talking
cute.
about.
It's
Sounds like he likes to eat his own cum, too.
Yeah, I was about to say, she must have just sucked his dick. He like, I like how that
I
tastes.
like when I bust in your mouth and you put it back in mine.
That's actually called a snowball.
Oh wow, you know the terminology though.
She be watching this show.
He about to really.
I'm definitely on X video. Like snowball.
I'm whole
Oh my
gagging,
God.
like I'm gagging.
Remember the pink snowballs? It was like a dessert.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole
Delicious.
the little Debbie.
I love it.
I just digress.
We just went left.
you go from coming in the mouth and all that
Toast
stuff.
toast. I like
Because I
that.
thought about pink snowballs and then it made me think of like blood for some reason.
I am
you ruined
done.
it.
I'm sorry. All right.
Getting worse.
Now I want to ask y'all this, and we never discussed this before. And has anybody in here ever used lubricant during sex
For my butt.
I have.
for your butt? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
I
it has
have
to be KY liquid with the blue
the
top.
regular blue top one because it's the watery one. It's
Yeah,
the best.
the water-based.
I've used it for my butt, and it's end up like all over the place. It's
Well, yeah,
nice.
that too. But
Yeah,
it's nice.
it's nice. I like it. It's nice.
I
like it.
No, I've never have, but I heard of this trick that I want to try. I haven't tried it, but a friend of mine told me where you have baby oil, like if the guy's hitting you from behind.
Sound like a yeast
and
infection.
when it's
Before
getting
you even get
no,
started.
when it's getting good, you're supposed to toss the baby oil, like kind of
Over your
like
shoulder, like
in his
that.
eye.
yes, yeah, and it's
good
supposed
luck.
to like go down your back and go down your butt, and then it gets all wet and it gets sexy, and then
It sounds like a porno.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Baby, this is crazy.
Bow chicka
nah, my
wow.
friend swears by this trick, and apparently, like it's really good for when
I'ma
you
try
need a
that.
guy to bust like immediate.
I just
Nah,
look
but
at
she,
drink.
you know, she's like trickling it
And it's
down her neck, and it's
slowly
like
down the
going down
crotch
the
of my
back.
pants.
I've
That's
never
kinda
used baby
dope.
oil or lubricant or nothing.
Listen, one time a guy, like this is my
Have you
first
ever had a
time
guy
having
spit on
sex
it?
I
with
think I would do that with coconut oil instead of baby oil.
What? And
It's
throw
like
it in
safari.
that-
You see,
And I'm
no,
saying they have to like rub it together.
I don't know how you can melt it.
Oh, first.
I don't think none of that is supposed to be in your.
I think coconut oil is way more safer for the vagina than baby
All that
oil.
all that oily shit, it will cause you infections,
That's
yeast
what I'm
infections,
saying.
bladder infections.
I would think
What
that.
about Belvedere?
Yes.
Shut up.
It's gonna burn.
I
and
did. I
Like
had
taking
sucked
a bath
somebody's
with
dick
vodka in your
with
coochie?
Patron.
No, it burns.
Like imported
sure it wasn't
Patron.
Hennessy?
As a
I
stripper-
promise you, I have poured
as a
Patron on
stripper-
a
Wait,
dick.
Gigi
and
has
sucked.
a
Definitely,
public
as
service
a stripper,
announcement.
I've definitely had alcohol poured on my naked body, and when alcohol touches your vagina, it fucking burns.
She just screamed.
because it's alcohol
And it
like,
burns.
Yeah,
So ain't nobody.
But you didn't get an infection.
that's an open wound.
No, but you know, if you
My
put
vagina's
baby
not
oil, like
A womb wound.
if you put baby oil in your bathtub, you can get like an infection.
You see, I wouldn't
It's
do
not
none.
good.
I don't
wouldn't
play
do that
around.
either.
I'm so
It's not
sensitive down. I can't fuck around
Even
with
though
no
I'm not gonna lie,
special shit.
sometimes my guy be putting baby oil on me. He likes that shit. Guys like that shit.
Yeah, it's because it's
He
like
gonna slide right
But
off.
sometimes, like that's the shit. That's the
Slip
shit
and
we used to do in the beginning. When we first started fucking with
And
each
you want
other.
exciting.
Now I'd be like, babe, what's up? You want to put the baby oil on me? He'd be like, no. What are you talking about?
He got boring.
He's like, no. So that's a good little sneaky way to do it.
Yeah,
that's
but-
a nice little sneaky way.
So has anybody used lubricant like for vaginal sex?
no.
Besides anal?
So,
My
but
shit is
listen,
wet.
that's what I'm saying. A guy
It
did
gets
that
wet.
one time, like my first time having sex with him. He like pours and I'm like, what are you doing? But the shit already on. I'm like, I don't need that, dude. Like, you don't know. He's like, no, I need it. And I'm like, what the fuck does he need it for? But it was some warming shit. Like it got warm.
Did you like it?
Is
It was
pussy not
alright.
warm already?
No. This is different. It's like a tingling warm, like an
Like
icy
red
hot.
That shit should be
Like
warm
red
like
hot.
an
It
oven.
was like red hot candy.
Whoever put him onto that shit, it was like he was addicted to it.
Oh,
you know
he
what I
needed
mean?
it.
In his mind.
Oh, so
he
now you're
couldn't
gonna get
come.
another
No,
bitch
now
to
that I
introduce
think
him
about
to
it,
this.
now that I think about it, Angela, I used to mess with this guy back in the days, like a couple years ago, like 5 years ago, and he every time we would have sex, he would use a lot of lube. He had a real big dick though.
Oh,
So you probably needed
So yeah, he would be like out. Like I asked him, like,
Like a
why we
baby
use it
arm
every
big?
time? Big. Like I asked him. I remember asking him like, why every time you want to use it? Like I feel like you, like my pussy's wet, and he's like, nah, it's just my dick is big, and
My dick
I'm
is
like,
big.
all right.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
It's slippery.
The sex was fire.
I've never tried lubricant. I kind of want to try it
once. It ain't gonna hurt you. What the fuck? Like
you want to try just regular lube or like
use the KY with the blue
one.
top?
Nah, get the warming one because it's a different experience.
Yeah, I never tried that one.
Try it one time. I ain't gonna lie.
I instantly thought of this when you was talking about this guy and his big old dick.
That's a plátano. Why y'all trying to the banana?
Wait,
it's
why
like
are
a
you
baby
fucking
banana and then a plátano.
When your ex
big
texts you and
plátano.
asks how your new relationship is going, you say great with the little banana next to the big banana.
The baby banana.
You done found a big dick. Big banana.
Now,
And he had a little banana.
Papa Platano.
have you guys ever learned anything from porn that you like utilize in your sex life?
Oh, for sure.
Like, what are some things? You know, it's interesting. I had a conversation on the Breakfast Club with a pastor, and he was saying how
Which
porn
pastor?
is just wrong. It was Carl Lentz.
Yeah.
But he was saying that porn is just wrong and that people shouldn't watch porn. And it's like, and I kind of didn't look at it that way. And people acted like I was crazy.
I feel like that too.
You feel like it's wrong?
After I'm done watching it, I'll be feeling mad.
dirty and
bad.
stuff.
Like I be felt like I literally
Like who
will-
finishes it? Nobody
the
finishes
filth?
watching the porn.
I feel
Get
like
off and then you.
It depends on how
That's
long
why
it is.
I feel the same way when I have sex with a girl. Afterwards, I be like, ugh.
Like you
I'm
wasn't
fucking
never supposed to do
disgusting.
nothing. Yeah.
I'm gross.
You got it. I think it's so nasty. So maybe he's right.
No, every time I finish with porn, I'm like dirty slut.
You mean
nasty whore.
You little
God
nasty.
forgive me,
Right.
Because I'm not like that.
and I won't look at porn again for like 3 months.
But
Like,
I look at like kind of
And then-
normal porn. I don't look at anything
You
like...
be so vanilla on
she
this
watches
shit.
soft
ordinary.
porn.
No,
No.
It's a Showtime one.
I like porn that's like a real situation.
Like they be
a
having
relationship.
lingerie in
Yeah.
her porn, and they keep it on.
And they close it on.
I like
She's
black.
watching Skinamax.
Black is
They
my
I'm
dry
not
genre.
gonna lie. I like man on woman porn.
I like lesbian
I do, and I
Five
like
That's my
guys or just one guy?
one man and
Five
a
guys
woman.
on one
I like
woman.
one on one.
Do you like black? Like
Cinemax.
black people, or is it like white people?
You
or
know, it
doesn't
that
matter?
doesn't matter.
She switches it
I
up.
watch
Yeah,
white
switch it up.
people. Am I weird?
You know what? You know what porn
I
I
don't
like?
want to see no pink willies.
You know what porn I like
watching
with
white
white
people.
people? I like my wife.
What is it? What?
I like my wife likes big black and so do I.
can't even say it. No,
Me and my wife like to share a big black cock.
No,
I like that porn.
I've never
with white
seen
people.
that. I'm not gonna
A
lie,
white
I've never
couple
seen that
getting
category.
fucked by a black man. They both getting fucked by the big black.
First of all, Gigi been telling me. First of all,
I be
Gigi
sending
been telling
Stephanie-
me about this porn, and I've been looking for it, and I can't find it.
Send the link. Don't
me.
exist.
Find
Can
it.
you link me? It's in her camera video.
Link me, please. Oh, it's on Pornhub. I was looking on X videos.
Pornhub.
That's why. Because I'm dying
You
to
gotta
see
search,
this
like-
porn. Like
you gotta
it's
search, like,
everything I like. I
bisexual
like
threesome.
gay. I like all the disgusting shit that I don't do. I like
Yep.
gay porn. I like.
Bisexual threesome,
I like
you'll find it.
girls getting fisted.
That's
I
what
like
I said.
gang
I don't like that.
I like all types of shit.
I did it.
I like
once.
when you feel so dirty when you finish.
I'm like,
Yeah, see, me too. I'll be watching all kind of shit. Bitches be fucking
Porn
ten
that's
niggas.
like stuff that I would do.
Yours.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, I gotta see like 3 dicks in one
Right, in
asshole.
one asshole. Yes,
Yeah, like stuff
I
that I
don't
would
like to
do.
watch anal sex. Like that shit, I just be like, that
shit is
Like when the
amazing.
asshole starts opening up, and I'm like,
It's like,
I can't
wow.
watch. But
Now, do you guys watch porn with the volume off or on?
On.
really low, really low.
Yeah.
Or if it's on, they gotta be really low. But
When I'm by myself,
I want to know
make
the
too
like
many
the
other
other
people in
people.
the room. Then I lower it.
I watched
in
the
house.
story, but then once they start moaning and all
I
them
like
fake
the
noises,
moaning.
I turn that shit down.
Wait,
I
people
feel
not like the
I like the
Y'all know I like
helps.
I like the lesbian. Oh no, I never did this before.
And them bitches did it before.
And then next thing you
She
know,
did it before.
Gigi be having flashbacks.
and
Oh
next thing you
no.
know, she's sucking the fuck out of some pussy.
I never
Yeah,
did
you like
this
amateur
before.
porn, like fake amateur
Well, y'all
porn.
making me feel even nastier because I like the sound. I'm the only person.
No,
You
I
like
like it.
too?
Yeah, I
Okay,
like it. I
okay.
like it.
What about the
I just want to
macaroni
know if
noise?
guys, Dan, do you
Like when
like
people be talking about the
Dan
macaroni
likes
and
the
shit.
sound.
Yeah.
What if they're not talking English?
Nah, I don't watch
Oh,
that.
that's my favorite.
Oh no, I like.
Hunts. I'm watching the
Hunts in the
Russians.
bumps.
I'm watching the Russians.
Nah, it'd be a lot of Asian ones though.
Nah.
Oh my!
But then they start
The Asian porn be the
They don't show
the Asian porn. It be the massage.
fake.
It be the massage porn. It be
No,
the,
I like the neuro.
I like the massage.
It be the
porn.
massage.
The
I like it with girl on girl.
On the massage.
Yeah, like they don't know they about to get something to get popping. Like, bitch, you naked.
She next thing you know, she rubbing on your butt, and then her thumb slip up into the crack real quick, and then she fingering you with her
That's
thumb.
baby
and
oil. That's the baby oil.
grabbing on your butt, and then this thumb is doing like this at the same time.
Come on, G. It's not, you got too much.
She did that before.
Y'all know I
didn't want to say it. I didn't listen. I'm so glad you said it, L'Oreal, because I didn't want to say
You can
it.
tell. Cause she like this with her thumb and shit.
She said that's when you sneak your thumb in there,
Imagining it.
moisture it up.
I've just completed my third menstrual cycle without having any sexual activity.
Top it up.
That pussy tight.
So I'm going through some things. So just
Cobwebs.
Just let me watch my porn in
the
peace.
cobwebs are for me. Okay, the cobwebs are definitely for me.
Somebody got to
needs
break
to blow
the
them
seal.
down.
Now, if you had a choice, would you rather have sex before you go to bed or in the morning first thing?
Morning.
Bad.
Start your day right.
If I'm drunk, I want to do it before I go
Bad.
to sleep.
I
Yes.
like it before I go to bed too, because you get your shit off, you come, and then you're like, okay, good night. That was a great day. That was a great day. Thank you, God.
I like morning sex though.
But morning sex is cool too, but a fast one. It's like a good,
morning quickie, yeah.
quick 5-10 minutes.
Good way to start the day. Morning
Yeah.
sex, a blunt,
And then
a
you
glass
wake
of
up
hot
like,
tea.
oh,
a cup of
Yeah.
hot tea.
It's gonna
Go
be
take a
great
shower.
today.
I like to give morning head. It makes me feel accomplished. Like I did
I like
something
to suck
today.
dick in the
Like,
morning.
okay,
too.
baby, get out there and make something of yourself.
You don't like,
and
you
make
don't
the
like
world a
sucking
better
dick
place.
in the
I like
morning,
to suck
right?
dick in the morning, but I want to brush my teeth first.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Why?
can't. I would not suck dick
Yes.
without brushing my teeth.
I
Both
don't
of
like
them.
the way that your mouth feels. The spit
and then
is
your
all
hand smells
slimy
like your bad
and
breath.
The spit is like
Did
thin
y'all
and
brush your teeth?
slimy.
Yeah, I brush my teeth. When I wake up, my breath still
when you wake up in the morning,
because I brush my
L'Oreal
teeth.
would make
Right.
it
As long as you brush your teeth
It's not
before you
even
go to
really the
sleep, go
smell.
into it.
It's the texture of my morning spit that I
that's what
don't
it
like.
is,
So
yeah.
I want to
No, my breath stinks in the morning.
brush my
Maybe have a
teeth
drink.
or
Keep a
you gotta
cup of
brush your
water.
teeth after
Keep a
you
cup of water by the bed.
yeah, and then I'm ready to go in.
You gotta brush your teeth after you get cum shot in your mouth too. So you might as well.
It helps
just
fight gingivitis.
Listen,
Brush
so
after.
when you guys, when a guy comes in your mouth, when your man comes in your mouth, do you kiss him too? Like after you swallow and
you could
everything?
pack-
you don't
you
have
could
to get
pack-
up and
yeah.
rinse out your mouth, right?
You could give him a peck kiss, but not a like, come here, baby.
I always rinse my mouth out.
But
Even
exactly
if I swallow,
every time a guy comes in my mouth, I'm like, I swallow it. So much fun, and then
So
I
much
go to
fun.
the bathroom.
Oh, hold
and
on.
rinse my
Depending on the
mouth.
nigga, I'm running to spit the shit out in the sink.
Right.
And I will do that.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm like wiping
That's
the
all I
tears, and then I'm like, okay, I gotta go to the
I was
bathroom.
crying. Wiping the tears.
That's it.
Yeah.
I've never cried during, but I know.
Girl,
I know guys like that.
nose
No, you're
running,
not crying. Tears.
snot bubbles.
You know, the tears just formulate while you're sucking the dick. It
Yeah.
just and it trickles down your face like you're
Really?
really sad, but it's
Yeah.
happy.
I don't do that.
My nose
The nose,
always
too.
start running.
I just
like,
take it
Even
right
your
to the
nose
gullet.
gets stuffed.
You guys are like
up.
smelly kids.
No, it's like you because you be sucking the shit out of the dick.
Listen, ears, nose, and throat is all
I need
connected.
a tissue, nigga. Pass me a tissue.
Ears, nose, and throat is all connected. You know, so it all.
What your ears be
starts to-
doing when you get
I mean, they be
Ringing.
popping
My ears popping.
like on a plane. when
No,
you're descending.
that has happened to me while sucking dick. You know, your ear gets a little clogged.
I'm telling
For
you,
real?
'cause it's all
That never
connected.
happened to me.
It's
That
all
has
connected in your head. Your ears, your nose, your throat, your mouth is all connected in your.
This
in
is
your
like
head.
a
You know,
song in
apparently I
elementary
found
school.
out that guys don't like after they come and you keep like while they're coming, you keep on sucking even after.
Some of them,
they
some of them
hate
do it.
that
Some of them
They
don't.
can't take it.
It's sensitive.
I can't
Even
take
just
that
touching
either.
it, they're like, "Oh my god!"
Listen,
I'm wondering how
After
much
you come,
when
and then-
I come from a mouth on my vagina, don't touch me. After, don't even lick
Oh
my
no,
nipple.
I
I
be
have a
running.
Don't lick my nipple.
have
Don't
a
touch my
multiple-
pussy. Don't even lick my earlobe.
Wait, you
No.
don't you
I'm
don't
getting
have
off of
multiple
it either.
orgasms ever?
yeah,
like
but
that?
not
only
after
thing I
getting
like to
head.
be
No, I
touched
ain't
with
taking it. Click.
after-
That's the main way that I
Yeah.
come.
The only thing I like to be touched with after I come from getting oral sex is
a
dick. That's it.
That's it.
That's the only.
Yeah.
And then everything just falls to place.
Yeah.
Then my body starts to be like,
Don't
okay,
lick my
it's
neck. Just
okay,
put your dick in me.
it's
So wait,
okay.
Bayne, you could come multiple times from your clit, like after you come.
Girl, bless you.
You can't even tell. You
So,
gotta go in.
First of all, come multiple times and then squirt. Like the multiple one is what makes the squirt happen.
right.
Okay, well,
So it's not sensitive.
Don't have sex in my guest room.
I respect
secure the mattress.
No, I'm kidding. Like, it's too late, Angela.
But isn't it? Oh,
No,
well,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
but it's like, I just think like it's too sensitive for me. Like whenever you go to even brush air past that shit, I'm like,
No,
I can't take it.
too.
The best is when you come and then from oral sex and then he has sex with you right after.
Like you have to do that.
Yeah, that's
sometimes
why
I can't though.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm done. Like I'm like, nah, dude. I'm done.
But I have
I
sympathy
want
for
the dick
what he
after
might-
that.
No, I could be exhausted,
I'll give you a hand job.
but I'll still take the dick. I'll still take it. It's good after.
You need a hand? You want a
I'm
hand?
going on a year for my hand job, your husband. Remember that hand job?
Oh my God. Gigi, these damn hand jobs.
Remember that was one hand job. We talked about it forever.
Yes.
It'll be a year back in. It'll be a year in March since that hand
Damn,
job.
it's been a year already since that
it
hand
happened in
job?
March. Yeah.
It's a hand job anniversary.
That means you gotta give
Your
another one,
hand
bitch.
anniversary.
Get ready.
Anniversary.
Hand
It's
anniversary.
your anniversary.
It's your hand
Hands anniversary.
hand anniversary.
I'm done.
But you know what? I haven't given a hand job in a long time. But you know what I do like when you're getting into it with the guy and his he gets wet. You know how like the little tip?
Oh, I love that.
The pre-cum.
Pre-cum.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like to lick
I love pre-cum.
That's
I like to lick
amazing.
it.
Suck it up.
I like to lick it. You're so annoying.
I like to lick it.
When I see that, I just.
Why are you licking the mic? It doesn't have no.
It's really
It's been a while for Gigi. Let her look back, all right?
Look at the damn mic.
She's like, it's so big and black. Juicy. Like a plum.
Like it's hairy. But no, I think that's great. And like, I like when he has a little pre-cum and then you like rub it over his dick and the whole dick.
I do that.
Gets all shiny.
Over the head. No, I do like
it gets
the
shiny.
head with
Favorite
it.
thing.
And it looks like a plum.
Yeah, and you put it.
plum.
You put it like you rub it around with your thumb.
Yes.
So plump, silky.
Yes.
Clearly we like dick.
Oh, dick is so nice. It's so nice to talk about it.
Man.
Right, Dan? No, I'm
Have you
joking.
ever been so loud in the bedroom that you feel like, say you were in a hotel that the neighbors like,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't care.
go ahead,
I feel like,
go ahead.
Not me personally, but once I was staying at this hotel and we could hear the people having sex, like, and it wasn't even right next door. It was like a ways away.
Damn.
And I had friends, actually, Julia was at the hotel and she was like, let's go see who it is. And like, she went outside the door and was like videotaping outside their door.
Oh,
my
so
God, that's
the
so
moan,
rude.
she probably jerked off to that shit later on.
She can't jerk off.
Same
I
shit.
feel like in my younger years, like when I was louder.
Right.
Having sex.
You
I
get
feel
more
like
subdued.
now I go with the mood. Like I find that guys don't want you to be like every stroke. Oh, guys don't.
I like
want
to
that.
talk shit.
Yeah, or even
What
Not
do you
moan.
say?
No, but that's
I be
another
like,
thing. I used to
come on that
talk. I
pussy.
used to talk a lot. I used to always
for
be
me,
talking
daddy.
during sex,
Yes,
and
daddy.
you know what? Guys
Fuck
don't
that
really want to
pussy.
hear that either. Like they, at least I found in
don't
my
think
personal.
so? Guys-
No, they want to hear
They
it,
like
but
it.
not so much. Like throwing in a little phrase
You like
in
that
the
pussy?
mix. It's
You
nice.
like that pussy?
Yeah, but I used to go. I used to be talking the whole time. I used to be talking the whole
Like
time
saying
during
what?
sex.
They was like,
I
bitch,
used to
shut
say
up.
so much shit. Like, yeah, fuck me. Oh my God, daddy, this, that. I used to just be talking.
Did you
the
speak
whole
Spanish to
time.
them? 'Cause some
Talk
guys like
Spanish,
that, yeah.
Talk French, talk English, every
French.
language. Like,
She was speaking Russian a few minutes
much.
ago.
Russian. Doing so much.
What about
Until
Chinese?
finally, I started dating
Ni hao
this
ma.
guy. No, but I started dating this guy, and he was a little older than me. He was in his 40s, and he would dead tell me like, shh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nigga.
So since him, I kind of
Chilled.
toned it down a little bit. Now if it's loud, it's because that's the mood. The mood is loud. Like I'm not trying to.
You
be
ever tell a
screaming.
guy to shut up?
You know when I've
Yes.
told a guy to shut up?
Yes.
Yes, I've told a guy to shut up
Yes,
because
you
I'm
go,
sucking his
shh,
dick
and
and
you
he's
put the-
asking me questions. I'm like,
You want to get bit? Do you want to get bit?
Answer these questions.
Ask
one is it?
again.
Do you want to get bit?
Which one is it?
I'm busy.
Like you love me? Mm-hmm.
No.
Miss me?
No.
I don't know
She
more.
Like yo,
You love his dick.
ask
It's like being at the dentist and they ask you a question. You're like, nah.
You trying to wink?
Like, give me the spit cup first.
You doing sign language out this bitch.
Have you ever been with a guy that doesn't like oral sex? Like, doesn't like to get his dick sucked?
Yes.
I've been with guys that say they can't.
I've heard of it.
I've never been with it.
Like, I've never heard anybody say they don't like it, but I've heard guys say that they can't come from it.
I've heard that too.
And I'm not about to try to be the one to make you. So, okay.
Please, every guy that has said to me, "Oh, I can't come from getting my dick sucked," I make them come from geting their dick sucked.
You know that might be.
I'm not trying to take that challenge.
They just say that.
You can't do it, then that means I'm only going to do it for about 5 minutes, and then we on to the next.
How am I
You
get
ain't gonna
this
come
bitch to
anyway.
suck my dick? I never came from head, right?
Angela says, "Game on, challenge."
You'd be like, hold up, you never came from getting your dick sucked? Come here, nigga.
Let's go.
Pull your pants down.
Challenge.
Pull your dick out.
I'd be like, more for me.
No.
More for me.
So you never tried and wasn't able to get it done?
I mean,
there's
I
times
quit.
like this shit
I'm
start
not even
tightening
going
up.
I'm not even going to set myself
the
up
worst
today.
is when you getting like lockjaw
Because I don't like
Exactly. You're like,
Or the top part of your lip right here, like your teeth.
Your teeth.
What about when somebody is just intent on shoving it down your throat and
I
you're
hate
like,
that.
I hate that shit.
I'm
Like,
not shoving
don't
nothing down
choke
my
me
throat
with your
unless I
dick.
want
I
it.
don't. That's disrespectful.
I like it. It's kind of fun.
I don't like it. I don't like it when it's like
have you ever
annoying.
thrown up on it? Like gagged so hard you
Yeah.
Yes.
I have.
Yes.
The best is when you throw up and catch it and swallow it, and he don't even know.
I've done that.
And he don't even know.
Guys,
Like,
it's
the
so
way to do
sneaky.
it.
I think he be knowing, but he don't say nothing because he want to keep getting his dick
He ain't gonna
sucked.
say
No, one
shit.
time
I'ma
that
keep
happened to me, and the guy was like, "Oh my god!"
What was that? Did he come?
He was like, "Oh."
he was hyped because
He
Oh, he knew you threw up.
Yeah, he felt it. He must have felt it because it made him like kind of twitch.
Yeah,
He
you
was
have
like,
to feel like you have
Don't
to.
get that shit on me.
No, but it came out and I swallowed it right back up.
I'm
He was
making
like,
a lot
"Oh my
of.
We
God."
fucking
We
disgusting.
make a lot of sacrifices.
Oh my god!
I thought you were saying like you threw up through your nose.
Nah, not through my nose.
Oh, but that can happen.
Yeah, that's what I was
that can
saying.
happen too. Ooh, burns.
That's nasty.
I've definitely had some snot coming out my nose a couple times from sucking dick.
He don't care.
Like, oh,
Have you ever had sex with somebody else in the room? Like, say you were with your boo or whoever, and somebody else was in the room, like his boy or something like that. It was a hotel room.
Not since like
Yeah, when I was
in my younger days.
Yeah.
back in the day.
If
You know
that
what?
nigga
Me and
got
my
his own
homegirl, me and one of my best friends, we used to like date guys that were friends, and then we would like go out on double dates, and then we would go to a hotel, and they would get one room with 2 beds.
And y'all would fuck
And we would
together.
fuck.
Yeah, but not together.
But not together,
each other,
yeah.
right.
Like they would
What
be
if
on
they were
that
like
side.
switch?
No, okay, that's not happening.
Let's switch.
Yeah, that's not happening.
All right,
But
everybody.
that's the last time I can remember somebody being in the room. Besides the threesome or something like that, you know, that's the last time somebody
One
else was in the room.
time, one of my friends, she came like third wheel on a date with me and my boyfriend. This was like a couple years ago. And whatever, she got washed up drunk. So we brought her to the hotel with us and we let her sleep on the couch. It was like a suite. And we definitely had sex while she was sleeping on the couch.
But she was asleep.
She was pregnant.
Yeah, but she was so drunk
passed
that
out.
the hotel they didn't want to let her into the elevator walking. They got her a
Oh yeah,
wheelchair.
she didn't know what happened.
Yeah, they got
She
her.
was in a wheelchair. She didn't know what happened.
What
They
did
got
you
her.
give her?
We were taking shots of tequila.
Like, take
she
that bitch to
she
the
was with me and
hospital.
my boyfriend. This is when I first broke up with my son's father, and it was like me and this guy that I was dating at the time. We used to go nuts. Like we used to drink like. We would wake up in the morning and be like, "Oh, let's have a shot. It's party time." So we had her. We were still like ready for more, and she was there like, "I can't live anymore. I'm dying."
Oh my God.
And she was like homeless. Like she was like one
Oh
of my
my gosh,
friends.
this is getting
You
worse.
know that she like used to sleep in my house.
She was homeless in
and
a
shit.
wheelchair. While you
I was gonna send her to my apartment, but
She was
was
homeless
like,
in a wheelchair.
she was fucked up. I was like, I can't
Is
send
she a
her in a
disabled
taxi
vet?
like this.
You had a friend that's a disabled vet.
Now, what about food in the bedroom?
She's
Like
funny.
grapefruit? Like
Right.
grapefruit?
or like you're watching Netflix.
No, but what is that? What movie was
grapefruit?
that when they did the grapefruit?
That was Girls Trip. That was Girls Trip.
But did you ever try no shit like that before?
I never tried it.
Didn't the nigga say it burned his
Yeah.
thing?
I would think a grapefruit would burn.
Very acidic.
Citrus.
Hell yeah.
But why did she even tell them to do that?
Because
shit?
her friend told. Yeah,
It was some Instagram shit from like
it was
2
some
years
world-
ago.
It's an old trick or whatever.
Yeah.
So nobody's ever tried that.
Yes.
What about any other kind of food?
any of us?
Yeah,
no.
No.
What
I
about
don't
any other kind of food? Y'all never use food? Like
chocolate before. Oh shit!
yeah,
I
I about that.
mean,
Yeah,
I've
chocolate.
used the corny
Whipped
stuff.
cream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whipped
Chocolate
cream and ice
syrup,
cream. The
whipped
corny
cream.
stuff.
Ice.
Ice.
I see.
Oh,
I don't
like
like
it.
ice.
I don't
Yeah.
like ice.
Oh, Gigi got a story. She said,
Oh
I
shit!
do.
Ice is good.
It's a third
When
party
used,
story.
when used.
There's a very popular NBA player who likes to stick ice in the vagina before he puts his penis in it.
First
Like
of all,
a
ain't you
full-on-
gonna
Oh my
die?
God, I
like a
can't wait for you to tell me
No,
who that
like
is.
ice
that doesn't
cube.
cause
Like
shrinkage for him?
like multiple ice cubes.
He wants the pussy cold.
That's so
Does he
weird.
fuck corpses too?
I feel like that would be painful for me.
Right? He probably fucks dead bitches.
I feel like I feel like he's fucked
He
so
in the
many.
morgue, for sure.
I feel like he had so much pussy that he just had to start getting creative with it.
That's
in order
weird.
to.
Oh, so next step is a butthole in a man's ass.
I mean, who knows?
Exactly.
This was I was in the house when it happened, and then when we left the house, she was like, "Girl, he stuck ice cubes in my pussy," and I was like, "Oh."
Did she
How does
like
that
it?
feel?
She said it was the weirdest shit ever.
I don't know that I would.
But she
want
did
an
it.
ice cube in
Nah,
my-
I let somebody
did it,
put, well, my ex, he put a fucking, this is disgusting, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna tell it anyway.
Uh-oh.
A fucking
Slice of pizza.
A
a
popsicle.
popsicle.
Oh, that's not that
On
bad.
my pussy. No, but it made it melt, but it make you feel like
Did you
stuck,
get
like,
BV after that? Because that sounds like
Nah, you
Yeah.
know what? It's crazy. I didn't. I really didn't. Like, and it's weird because I'm super sensitive, but I didn't. Like, he
It
sucked
must
it
have
out
been
of
like
me or
it
whatever.
must have been organic and it didn't have any high fructose.
Am I gonna lie?
It didn't have
That
any
shit wasn't-
high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It might have been one of those, like,
I don't
fruit
want to do
pops.
it again.
Man, back in the day, I had one chance with ice cream and it was horrible. I was
Ice cream?
drunk, wasted. Yeah, I was drunk, wasted, and whatever. The guy, he was like eating my pussy, and I'm like, all right, cool. And then, like, I'm drunk, and I look up, and he's gone. I'm like, oh my God, where did he go?
gone.
Where did he go? And I'm like, all right. So I just, like, kind of dozed off a little bit. And then he came back with ice cream on my box. I was, like, half asleep, drunk. It was, like, the worst thing that ever happened.
What a way
I
to
was like,
sober up.
I said, what are you doing? I was like, no, I'm going to get used to it.
Right. That sounds like it.
I just want to give
I
y'all
was
some.
so mad.
I had an oatmeal incident.
Never again.
Oatmeal.
Yeah, and I don't think you
That
should
is
ever.
such a weird.
What in
I
the-
wouldn't try it if
what
I
in
was
the
you,
morning
just because the look
quickie
of
is
it is
oat-
not very appealing.
What's it?
Yeah, it
Tell
probably
us the
looked like.
story.
Well, we were
eat
at a hotel and it was like oatmeal. It was warm, and we had got that for breakfast.
He stuck his dick in the oatmeal.
He tried to put the oatmeal, and it was warm, but it just didn't look good. It looked like I had like a,
No.
yeah, it looks bumpy and nasty.
It looked like herpes.
You should have just used it. You should have just made a facial out of the oatmeal and called it a day instead of.
You
trying to
know
put
what?
it in the
I
box.
just saw on the blogs that Caesar for Black Ink actually had a UTI. I didn't know guys could get those. Am I ignorant for that?
How you got
No, yeah, guys,
It's a
get it.
bladder infection.
Yeah,
tell
urinary
why.
tract. Yeah, urinary tract
What
infection.
happened?
What did
Why
he
did he
do?
get it?
I don't know.
But
what
wasn't
happened.
he
I thought
calling
he
it an
was a
STD? Because is that even an STD?
It is an
UTI,
STD. They consider it an STD.
Let me Google
If you
this.
get a
No,
urinary-
Is it sexually
is not an
transmitted?
It's
But
a
look,
bladder.
I think
can't-
it
you
is
can't
sexually
get the medicine.
transmittable, though.
Yeah, it is sexually. You can't get the medicine. Well, you can, but they're not supposed to.
UTIs
from
are
a
more
regular
common in
doctor.
women than men because their urethra is
STI.
shorter.
Sorry.
And the
STI.
bacteria needs to travel a shorter distance. It's unlikely for a
Sexually
man to catch an
transmitted
STI from having
infection.
sex with a woman because the
So
infection
that
is
could have been
typically from bacteria.
trichomonas. That could have been chlamydia.
Yeah, UTI isn't a STD.
No,
Who you think gave you
STI.
that? Carly
A
Red?
STI.
Cardi Red.
Oh,
Look up STI.
Carly Red. You was talking
I'm
about
looking at
me
everything
and
out
these
for men.
Atlanta reality stars.
I don't care.
I just hosted a weed party with
They said
Caesar
the
for
older
Black
a
just
man
said-
That shit sound
is,
lit.
Weed party.
He looked like he smoked weed.
A lot of weed.
He looked
Them
like
big-ass black
I
lips.
don't need. Now let me
Them
be
what
nice.
Big ass
But
black
I think
lips.
I'd rather you
UTIs
say
are
it.
sexually transmittable.
Yeah.
Oh, but
I
it
think you
doesn't
can
have
fi-
to be.
But
I
they
feel
said
like
that
a man
BV
can give it to
isn't,
a
right?
woman. Yeah, but I don't think a man can get bacterial vaginosis.
But they pass it.
Because they don't
They
have a
pass it.
vagina.
It's
But
from
their dick, their cum can
Yeah.
give it to us.
They also give it to you when they're having sex with multiple women.
That
unprotected.
too.
Oh my God, you could die from it.
Jesus Christ.
What does it say?
It says without UTI treatment, the infection can quickly spread and become a serious, sometimes even fatal.
Yeah, that's probably like years and years.
So don't brush off those symptoms.
I'm sorry, I couldn't even go a day with a damn bladder infection.
Well, a man might be different. Like your pussy will stink and you have a whole bunch of problems if you have a UTI. But a man, what's his dick gonna smell like?
It's burning.
Balls?
His pee is burning.
Let me see.
He need a Q-tip up that shit.
It's not gonna like itch or anything?
No, it burns.
They don't have nothing to itch, right? They balls can itch, I guess.
What about the little hole?
Oh,
burning.
Nah, it burns. Yeah, they be having shit that
green
drip.
stuff drip out of
Ew, isn't that what they said?
This is disgusting. This shit is
I'm
so
just
nasty.
about
Well, that
to
was a
pass out
gossip
thinking
story
about
that
this.
I saw.
That was Radar.
Wait,
that was
Usher is
Radar
dripping?
Online.
You said Usher
Radar
I
Online.
saw it on Gossip though.
But we got it from Radar Online.
Okay.
And what? The Usher's dripping?
Yeah.
Let it burn.
No, Caesar. You said Usher.
Oh, Caesar with the STD?
Yeah, with the UTI.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm confused.
STI.
You can't
What was
mix
the
up
biggest
Caesar
story
and
of
Usher.
on Gossip for the year?
I feel like it was Cardi and Offset.
I thought it was going to be Kevin Hart cheating. That was just
As
a
far as like the
prediction.
most popular one?
Yeah.
I feel like people already kind of knew that. No, that was a big day though, like with the video and everything. Like that was definitely a big one. Trying to think.
So what, Cardi and Offset getting engaged?
Yeah. And then when all of the Kardashians was pregnant at the same time, that was kind of like.
What about Nicki and Remy? Is that big?
Oh, Sheether was huge.
Yeah.
When that came out, for sure.
Sheether was, I ain't gonna lie, I heard that shit. I was like, this is crazy.
No, I think we were talking that
Yeah,
day
we
when
were
it came
talking
out.
about
Yeah,
it.
in the
And we was like, what the fuck
group
is
chat
Nicki
was
gonna
lit.
do?
The group chat was lit.
The group
What
chat
about a story that we might not have known about in the public that y'all didn't really post on Gossip?
Well, there is one. I heard of this rapper who's bisexual.
Woo! Oh, I know who it is.
And we didn't post it.
Why not? I'm just curious.
So was he?
The source was too close
To him?
to the person that he's with.
Why would they tell? Why would that?
Because
person-
they just swore me to silence. I mean,
But they just told you. So there's a lot of things you know that you can't.
there's
tell.
all, I mean, like the thing about me, and this is why I say like it's kind of whack when people are like, they don't, you know, they're worried about what I might say or whatever. I always put my relationships before everything else. So anything anybody tells me, like literally Gigi's been around me multiple times, you've been around me multiple times, and I'm sure there have been things that I've asked you after we had the conversation and said like, hey, is there a way that I could put this out without people knowing that I found out from you? Like that's how I would go about it. I wouldn't just like
Put you on black.
we won't be out at dinner talking about something and I'm just
no,
like
Janae.
yeah, and if you say no, Janeé, I'm like, all right, cool.
You see Janae, you'll be somewhere, she'd be there with her camera, you be like, she did that to me one day. I was like, bitch, put your camera down. She was like, all right.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's important though, because you do have a lot of information.
I do.
But it's not information. I do too.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I be hearing a lot of shit.
I'll be hearing it too. Because y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then I think sometimes too, it's like certain things that you have to be responsible about. I think especially in this day and age, like outing people for being gay or bi, I don't think is really cool just because I think that it's such a difficult thing sometimes for people to come out. And like people kill themselves over these type of situations. People, you know what I'm saying? And
What about cheating?
cheating, I mean, that's a whole different story. Like when people say they're scared of being on Gossip, sometimes I'm like, if you don't do anything to get messed up, you know, you don't have anything to worry about. You wouldn't be on Gossip for any, like, even like how you said, Stephanie, like you probably only been on Gossip for something positive. You haven't been on there for anything negative. So
Yeah,
there's
Gossip
nothing to
is
fear.
one of the better ones for me.
Thank you. But no, people cheating, I think, I think it's dead ass wrong. And I think that's why, especially in Kevin Hart's case, it was like in his best interest to apologize even before the tape was leaked.
But yeah,
to the
what else
public.
can you do?
Yeah.
So your biggest stories, you say, was Offset and Cardi.
I think so. I mean, I think the Kevin Hart was another big one. Remy and Nicki beef was huge.
Right.
Nicki and Nas was pretty big.
So is that true? Because I feel like some people still be feeling like
I mean, clearly he's not even like that, and they were like, he was like kissing her.
Yeah,
and
I
stuff
think
like that.
once the Jungle video came out,
Yeah.
where it was like he
His
wasn't
live
really
stream.
aware that was being filmed.
And they were drunk.
Oh, and they were kissing and stuff. I missed that. I missed that.
What about, do people ever give you stories that aren't real, like trying to plant something?
That happens as well, and I think like my gut you always have to kind of go with your gut and what feels right, and I typically will always try to confirm, like, and reach out, especially if I know like the manager or the publicist or whatever, like, this is what's going on. We also have stepped up in terms of the legal research that we've been doing. I have a writer who really specializes in court reporting. So she pulls documents all the time, and certain people she'll like do research and kind of just look to see if there's any cases on them or whatever. And we'll get exclusives like that.
What about Masika and the other girl, Alexa Sky? Has that been a big story for you?
That was a really big story. Masika actually, I think, is really good for blogs. Like, I think she has a big future. I honestly would like to see her do something beyond the reality stuff that she's done, because I think people really are attracted to her. You know, I think she pops a lot of stuff, and I think it can go either way, and I think she should definitely be careful, because especially when you're dealing in situations like the one she had with Nipsey, where, you know, even I learned from experience from what happened with me in Saigon. Like, sometimes when you're popping shit with a guy,
and then you run into them,
it could get real ugly. And I mean, not every man is going to be respectful, and like,
because you're a woman.
Because you're a woman. Like, sometimes you can't just think, oh, because I'm a woman, this. And I think you should be really careful sometimes when you're talking all that, like, oh, he wears a dress or he wears heels or whatever else. I think that's just something you just got to tread lightly when it comes to that territory. But I do think that Masika has done well for herself, making the best out of her situation. I think she, you know, has, especially in doing the stuff for her daughters, hair care, all that type of stuff, like, that's been great. And I think also, even with the courting, the controversy, I think she's done a good job of keeping her name out there. I think it could get really touchy, like, you know, especially with the reality shows and stuff like that. I mean,
you know, I know about those. Speaking of reality shows, I know another thing, like when you said something about the fake stories and stuff like that, the Kurt and Rashida story, where they said that that's not really his kid. They made it up for storylines. Like, so how do you approach, like, how would you approach somebody from Love and Hip Hop? Like, we not helping y'all get this show popping?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've never really worked with a network like that, so I wouldn't. In that particular case, it actually was a court case where she had filed, you know, and there was rumors before that were saying, oh, he had a kid or whatever. And then once we saw the court papers, it was like, there's actual proof, and someone is saying they had an affair with him. This is what happened. And she did have a paternity test done. Now, I feel like obviously they're dragging this whole thing out for the TV show, because nothing has been said since then. We recently did a story about the case being dismissed, and people really have to stay tuned, because just because the case was dismissed, that doesn't mean that he's not the father.
Right.
A lot of things can happen in courts where if you don't show up to a hearing, if you don't file certain paperwork by a certain date, things can get thrown out by technicality. And that's actually what happened in this case with Jasmine Washington and Kirk Frost. Right. But I think the thing with reality shows, and we've seen this time and time again, and those stories are always really popular, like the divorces, those relationships. Like, if you know you're in a relationship and you guys already have relationship issues, do not go do a reality TV show, because they need something for a storyline, and your relationship is going to be front and center.
They will tear it apart.
They will definitely tear it apart. And not only that, but it attracts, like, you're attracting people to your situation anyway. Now you have TV cameras. You're going to look more attractive to someone who wouldn't be interested in you if you were a nobody, you know? So I think that's just a situation that's set up to, like,
failure
for people to fail. Yeah, relationships to fail.
Well, Miss Janeé Bolden, we appreciate you so much for coming through Lip Service.
Thank you for having me.
And
I had fun.
Yeah. She's definitely one of our freakiest friends, but people don't look. People don't know, but you know.
She looks so innocent with her curls.
Doesn't she? But she will sit on your face.
Whoa. Curl mob.
Ride that beard like a soldier.
You see what I'm saying?
If you have a beard, holla at your girl. All right, Lip Service.
Be really careful sometimes when you're talking all that, like, oh, he wears a dress or he wears heels or whatever else. I think that's just something you just got to tread lightly when it comes to that territory. But I do think that Masika has done well for herself, making the best out of her situation. I think she, you know, has, especially in doing the stuff for her daughters, hair care, all that type of stuff, like that's been great. And I think also even with the courting, the controversy, I think she's done a good job of keeping her name out there. I think it could get really touchy, like, you know, especially with the reality shows and stuff like that. I mean,
yeah, you know, I know about those. Speaking of reality shows, I know another thing, like when you said something about the fake stories and stuff like that, the Kurt and Rashida story, where they said that that's not really his kid. They made it up for storylines. Like, so how do you approach, like, how would you approach somebody from Love and Hip Hop? Like, we not helping y'all get this show popping.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've never really worked with a network like that, so I wouldn't, in that particular case, it actually was a court case, where she had filed, you know, and there was rumors before that were saying, oh, he had a kid or whatever. And then once we saw the court papers, it was like, there's actual proof and you know, someone is saying they had an affair with him. This is what happened. And she did have a paternity test done. Now, I feel like obviously they're dragging this whole thing out for the TV show because nothing has been said since then. We recently did a story about the case being dismissed, and people really have to stay tuned, because just because the case was dismissed, that doesn't mean that he's not the father.
Right.
A lot of things can happen in courts where if you don't show up to a hearing, if you don't file certain paperwork by a certain date, things can get thrown out by technicality. And that's actually what happened in this case with Jasmine Washington and Kirk Frost.
Right.
But I think the thing with reality shows, and we've seen this time and time again, and those stories are always really popular, like the divorces, those relationships. Like, if you know you're in a relationship and you guys already have relationship issues, do not go do a reality TV show, because they need something for a storyline, and your relationship is going to be front and center.
They will tear it apart.
They will definitely tear it apart. And not only that, but it attracts, like, you're attracting people to your situation anyway. Now you have TV cameras. You're going to look more attractive to someone who wouldn't be interested in you if you were a nobody, you know? So I think that's just a situation that's set up to, like,
Failure.
for people to fail. Yeah, relationships to fail.
Well, Miss Janeé Bolden, we appreciate you so much for coming through Lip Service.
Thank you for having me.
And
I had fun.
Yeah.
She's definitely one of our freakiest friends, but people don't look. People don't know, but you know.
She looks so innocent with her curls.
Doesn't she?
But she will sit on your face.
Whoa. Curl mouth.
Ride that beard like a soldier.
You see what I'm saying?
If you have a beard, holla at your girl. All right, Lip Service.
People don't know, but you know.
She looks so innocent with her curls.
Doesn't she?
But she will sit on your face.
Whoa. Curl mouth.
Ride that beard like a soldier.
You see what I'm saying?
If you have a beard, holla at your girl. All right, Lip Service.